Brody Carter live outside of Spectrum Hospital where they are restricting visitors. Brody.
Well, starting yesterday, Spectrum Health put into place new policies to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Those restrictions include any under the age of 12 are not allowed to visit those visitors inside of Spectrum Health, as well as anybody who is a patient within a Spectrum Health facility may not have more than a single visitor. Now, moving forward, Spectrum is making an exception for pediatric and maternity patients. However, they can have 2 visitors, and they also say visitors must be healthy, showing no signs of symptoms or illness, and that anybody who's recently traveled to countries with advisories in place, such as Italy, won't be allowed in. And we did speak with an infectious disease doctor to find out who's most vulnerable and what they should start doing right now.
I would say it's always a good idea to stay on top of your medical care.
And that's truer now than ever, according to infectious disease Dr. Julie Ketty at Spectrum Health, as those with an already compromised immune system are at a much higher risk of contracting COVID-19.
Those people who are either older in age, so over 70, and then also people who don't have an intact immune system. So people who have asthma or respiratory diseases, COPD, emphysema, things like that.
With Michigan seeing its first confirmed cases this week, Dr. Ketty says those who need to address medical issues unrelated to the virus should be speaking with their doctors sooner rather than later.
Because if everything else is, well controlled, then hopefully there'll be less of the consequences or less severity of the infection.
If you're experiencing any sort of flu-like symptoms, call ahead before driving to your doctor's office. Physicians at West Michigan hospitals may be able to see you through a video service like Spectrum's Spectrum Health Now.
And so from remote locations where you can actually be, kind of face-to-face through a computer screen with a provider.
And if you fall into one or more of these at-risk groups, there are still ways you can better protect yourself.
So wiping down, surfaces, especially handles, light switches where a lot of people are touching, wiping them down with either, rubbing alcohol on a cloth or Lysol or some type of like a bleach wipe would certainly, help mitigate those risks. Because this isn't something that, everybody won't respond the same way. So you may be protecting somebody else's grandparent or, child with asthma if you stay home.
Stand by. And coming up in our 7 o'clock hour, Fox 17 News sitting down with an infectious disease professional with Spectrum Health, answering any and all questions you may have. Make sure to stick with Fox 17 for the very latest in this developing story. Brody Carter, Fox 17 News.